There's a difference between a person who feels like home and a person who feels like a fire you keep walking back into. Both of them will feel like destiny. Both of them will feel impossible to forget. But only one of them is meant to stay. Tonight, 7 signs that the person you can't let go of isn't your soulmate. They're your karmic lesson. Last time we talked about why some people stay in your mind long after they've left your life. Today, we go further. Because before you can release someone, you have to know what they actually were. A soulmate arrives to walk beside you. A karmic partner arrives to break something open in you. Here's how to tell the difference. Sign 1. It happened too fast. You didn't fall for them. You collided with them. Within days, it felt like years. You told them things you'd never said out loud. You skipped every stage a normal connection moves through. People call this chemistry. It isn't. Soul recognition is quiet. It feels like relief. Karmic recognition is loud. It feels like urgency. Like a countdown you can't see. If it felt like being pulled underwater, that wasn't love arriving. That was recognition. Sign 2. It ends. And then it doesn't. 3 times, 5 times, maybe more than you'd admit to anyone. Every ending feels final. Every return feels inevitable. A healthy connection that ends stays ended. It grieves and it closes. A karmic bond doesn't close. It loops. Because the lesson underneath it hasn't been learned yet, and the universe is nothing if not patient. It will bring the same test back, wearing the same face, until you finally pass it. Sign 3. You didn't like who you became. Jealous, anxious, checking your phone at 3 in the morning. Someone who negotiates with themselves about behaviour they'd never accept from anyone else. This is the clearest sign of all, and the one people defend the hardest. A soulmate makes you more yourself. A karmic partner drags every unhealed thing in you to the surface and makes you look at it. That's not cruelty, that's the function. Sign 4. The highs were unreal, and so were the lows. You've caught yourself saying, no one has ever made me feel like this. And that's true. But feel like what exactly? Karmic love runs on adrenaline. The fights, the reconciliations, the ache of distance. The nervous system reads all of it as significance. Peace feels boring after that. Stability feels like something is missing. That's not a sign they were the one. That's a sign your body confused intensity with love. Sign 5. It was never the right time. They were leaving. You were healing. Someone was still tangled in something else. There was always one thing standing between you and the version of this that could have worked. And you told yourself, if the timing were different, we'd have made it. Here's the harder truth. The timing wasn't the obstacle, the timing was the message. Some connections are not built to become a life. They're built to become a turning point. Sign 6. You fell in love with who they could be, not who they were on a Tuesday afternoon, not who they were when they disappointed you. You saw a glimpse of something, one moment of tenderness, one night where they were fully present, and you built an entire future on it. Then you spent years waiting for that version to come back. Soulmate love sees the whole person and stays. Karmic love sees the possible person and waits. And waiting is not the same as being loved. Sign 7. And this is the one that matters. Look at who you were before them and look at who you are now. Not the pain, the change. You have boundaries you didn't have. You notice things you used to excuse. You know exactly what you will never accept again. That is the mark a karmic relationship leaves behind. They didn't come to love you. They came to teach you how to stop abandoning yourself. Now here is what almost nobody tells you. A karmic relationship is not a punishment. And they were not the villain of your story. They were carrying their own lesson. They were as caught in the loop as you were. Somewhere, they are also learning something. From you. The debt was never one-sided. It never is. And it doesn't end when you finally get an apology or closure or the version of them you were waiting for. It ends the moment you stop needing the loop to teach you anything more. So if you counted the signs and more of them landed than you were comfortable with, that isn't bad news. It means the lesson found you, and it means you're already looking at it. The loop breaks the day the lesson lands, not the day they change. Tell me in the comments, how many of the 7 did you recognize? And if this was the first one you found, there's a story before this one about why we can't forget them at all. I'll see you there.